We are not even out of the NFL Combine yet, and the Patriots are starting to get frustrating free agency news. We know as Patriots fans, the number one priority is fixing the trenches. The offensive line, heck, let's work on the defensive line, receiver, all those different things. But primarily, as we talked about, it starts in the trenches with the offensive line. So what's been frustrating for the Patriots, we're going to jump right into it. Alaric Jackson has agreed to an extension with the Los Angeles Rams. As well, we know he will continue to protect Matthew Stafford. He agreed to reconstruct a deal with the Rams earlier Friday. Smart move on his part. But Alaric Jackson was one of the young offensive tackles that the Patriots would have been absolutely insane not to go after in free agency come mid-March. So now that he is off the table, the big question is, who else is left? Who else can we look to in free agency? And real quick, if you've never watched this channel, my name is Aaron. On the daily, pushing out Patriots content to people like you who can't get enough Patriots football. And hey, thank you guys for all the birthday wishes yesterday. I truly appreciate it. I'm an old man now at 35, so I appreciate that. But anyways, if you can, as we climb up to 6,000 subs, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment below off the bat. Alaric Jackson, what's your thoughts? Honestly, smart move re-signing him. But as it comes to looking at free agency, who are your top targets? Now, not only do I want to jump into that, Alaric Jackson, gone. No longer on the radar for the Patriots. We know Trey Smith, because a lot of talk has been around tackles. But as well, we need to understand too that it's really anything is up for grabs on the offensive line right now. Yes, David Andrews, people are saying he is coming back. He will be back. The question is, how long will that be? As well, Cole Strange, Ben Brown just signed a contract with the Patriots. Again, I know he is someone they picked up off a practice squad, but he showed a lot of promise technically. And again, going back to Cole Strange, how much do they want to trust him after he's been injured and not really producing a lot for the Patriots? But anyways, that's beside the point. We know as well Trey Smith got franchise tagged by the Kansas City Chiefs. Is a big-time guard. A lot of people said he was the number one, if not the number two free agent in the 2025 free agency going into this upcoming year. And so he is signed. Now we have Jackson just signed this extension with the Rams. As well, some other frustrating news is the Baltimore Ravens believe that Ronnie Stanley will be able to re-sign with the team. John Harbaugh came out and said, I think we will probably keep Ronnie. I'm hopeful that we will. Again, the Ravens are in a great position. You know, they just need to, much like the Buffalo Bills, when it comes to the playoffs, it just seems like they choke. And so they just need to take that extra step with Lamar Jackson. And who knows if they will end up doing that or not. But that being said, we look at the top prospects when it comes to offensive line. Alaric Jackson, gone. Ronnie Stanley, most likely gone. Trey Smith, gone. And now if we jump into this, and if you don't follow this, I know people are like, why the heck are you saying this? But, because don't you want to just promote your channel? No, I don't really care. Again, I do this for fun. Savage Sports, great tweet right here. I try to go on Twitter and find a lot of great stuff. But this on here, great top free agents that the Patriots are still looking at. And so if you scratch Ronnie Stanley off the list, Alaric Jackson off the list, and you're going down based on offensive tackle, because you have some guards in this list, which we'll get to in a second, but Cam Robinson is that next person. Now, Cam Robinson was with the Jaguars, ended up getting dealt to the Vikings. This is what's crazy about Cam Robinson. Since being drafted in 2017, he has only played one full season. So the question becomes, do you want to go and pay a player like that who is going to be turning, I believe, 30, I think, in October? That kind of money, I believe right now he's making about $18 million. That was his contract, or the final year of his contract. So the question is, would you be willing to pay someone like Cam Robinson? Again, we are dwindling down when it comes to who is left, who's available in free agency. And as that dwindles, a couple things are going to start to happen. The Patriots are going to start looking, or other, are going to start looking, hey, who are younger people who have potential that maybe are off people's radar, because a lot for us, it's a lot of what are these big name peoples that can go out and make a big impact right away. That's the big thing. And so, these big time players that have done well, that have experience in the league. And so as that list dwindles, the more and more it looks, all right, well, it looks like we're going to really be working on the offensive line, defensive line in the draft. But as well, we continue down this list. Will Fries, that's an interesting one, mid-20s. Center for the Colts, can play guard as well. Apparently, it's rumored that he's interested in going to a divisional rival in the Jaguars. Who knows? We continue down the list. Jenkins, who plays for the Bears, he's a guard. Apparently, the Bears allegedly aren't interested in re-signing him. But then Trey Smith ended up getting franchise tagged, so it's very possible he ends up back with the Bears, especially with Coach Ben Johnson, depending on what that situation looks like. Zeitler, I don't see him leaving the Lions. I'd be surprised. A lot of reports I've read is he's not leaving. Smith, old, but again, experienced. Do you want to bring him in on a year? I don't honestly, I don't see necessarily anything wrong with that. It'd be interesting to look in that and into that, I guess. But then again, I like the idea of looking for free agent talent at this point. Once you start going down the list, like younger, that has that potential. And that's what's tough, is when these big names are starting to get taken off the list, it's who else are we looking for? And then you gotta think that this Patriots organization, obviously they're professionals. Elliott Wolf, as well as Mike Vrabel and Cowden, who came from the Giants, that them and their staff are doing all the due diligence to really looking into every single one of these players. It's for sure they got to be doing something like that. I would be surprised if they're not. But so I'll say one of two things when it comes to these free agents is, first and foremost, yes, it's frustrating as you see these big names start to re-sign or get extensions or whatever it might be, get franchise tag, but also have confidence in, again, this team's under new leadership, and they are going to find the right people. I think for sure there is no way they do worse than last year. They can only do better than last year's free agency. So moving forward, have hope, and I know that they are going to get this all figured out. As well, this was an interesting report. Just this is beside the fact of looking at the offensive line. Is DK Metcalf. Apparently the Patriots did try to trade for him at one point. So it says, according to multiple sources, currently ongoing discussions with the Seahawks have spoken with the Packers, Patriots, and another unknown team. The former All-Pro will be entering his final year of his contract and carries a $31 million cap hit in 2025. So here's the deal. The Patriots go out for him, try to trade for him. He's there for 1 year. Doesn't mean he's going to be staying. Who the heck knows? Again, I think as you look at it more and more, the options at wide receiver come down to, okay, again, we are most likely moving on from T. Higgins. A lot of people are like, he was never coming in here anyways. Sure. There's Chris Godwin. There's other kind of, I would say, B-lister players on that free agency list. Trade is a possibility. So it comes to a couple different things. You trust and develop the guys you have right now, which there is potential there. But again, it would be great to bring in some experience. So that's one. You trade for someone. And if you trade for someone, again, you're going to be giving up capital, which I don't necessarily think is the wisest thing. You find someone in free agency, or you draft someone. And so it's going to, with the wide receiver, how it's looking right now for wide receivers, it's going to be interesting to see how the Patriots move forward and see what they do as far as, hey, are they truly considering DK Metcalf? Again, I'm sure this whole organization, this whole front office is looking into every viable option and weighing their options based on, okay, is it worth this? Again, the amount of cap space they have is great, but would it be worth it if you take DK Metcalf and there's always the possibility he does not end up staying after that 1 year? So what says you? What's your thought? I know a lot of you in the past have said you like the idea of DK Metcalf. Here it says multiple sources say the Patriots are interested and have been in discussions. What says you? What do you want? What ideally, I think I saw someone comment yesterday that they would love to see McMillan, wide receiver out of Arizona, drafted. As well, you have Pop Douglas, and then I can't remember the third one. I can't remember. I don't think it was Kayshon Boutte. Whoever made that comment is going to kill me. I wish I would have brought it up, would have pulled it up. But there was one other guy in there that I don't think was on the roster last year. But what do you think would be an ideal 1, 2, 3 receiver punch? Comment below as well. Want to hear from you. And that being said, this is just free agency, other free agent tackles. Dan Moore, also a younger guy. What kills me is he was compared to Okorafor, so that's kind of like Moses, old, much like Tyrone Smith, old. So, I don't know. Moving forward, what do you think? Comment below. Offensive line, are you getting kind of discouraged as it comes to free agency? Wide receiver, what the heck are they going to do going that route? As well, I'm hoping tomorrow to figure out some sort of a couple different people were like, do a mock draft. I might do a mock draft. I might not. Who the heck knows? Before the draft happens, I'll do one. So we'll make it fun. But anyways, my name's Aaron. Again, thank you for the birthday wishes yesterday. Hit the subscribe button. We will talk later. Peace.